latest update on Typhoon Mangkhut, which remains a Category 2 storm on the Saffir Simpson Scale with winds of 100 miles per hour, that's 160 kilometers per hour sustained, and a pressure around 960 millibars. At 10 a.m. Hong Kong time, the storm was located at 20.7 degrees north, 115.2 east, and is a stage 6 on the CDPS, still a catastrophic storm, owing mainly to its large wind field, which is already along the coast of southern China, Hong Kong and Macau. 127 miles from Hong Kong itself, 146 from Shenzhen and 149 from Macau, and plenty of other locations along the southern Chinese coast that we couldn't list there on that list of 5 under that red typhoon warning, which is in effect for coastal areas of Guangdong, and a signal 9 storm warning, increasing winds for Hong Kong and Macau at this time. There is possibly the provision that might rise to the signal 10 later on, depending on how close the storm actually gets. Curiously, it has moved almost due west in the last 6 hours since our last update on the storm by about 100 miles. And if it continues in that direction, then it will move quite far west of the Hong Kong-Macau area, and the storm will make landfall somewhere not far from the Lizhu Peninsula we expect in southern China. Either way, we expect the landfall will occur on Sunday evening, and then the storm will move land and weaken pretty rapidly after landfall. Already it's not looking too great, and it's just stalling for time, I guess, as it approaches land. Sea surface temperatures are warm enough to sustain a system like this though, 29 or even 30 degrees Celsius. Here's one of the model runs showing the storm making landfall something like 50 miles west of Hong Kong later on tonight, and then moving inland. Obviously the northeastern side of the storm will therefore strike Hong Kong and Macau, so typhoon force winds are definitely possible in those areas, and larger conurbations in that area as well into China. Significant impacts are likely there, with at least tropical storm force winds over many millions of homes. So obviously preparations should have been made by now, and we should all be hunkering down. These are the chances of tropical storm force winds right now, and as you can see all along the coastline there, the chances are pretty much certain. Indeed, tropical storm force winds are probably already occurring, and in many of those high-rise buildings, those winds are probably going to be amplified up there, especially with those wind gusts extending well into triple digits in kilometers per hour, towards 160, towards 200 kilometers per hour even. You can see the intensity there, 1 or 2 models suggesting, just hinting that it might intensify just a little bit more before landfall, but by the looks of things it's probably not going to happen. Wind shear is remaining pretty low, so all conditions are there for the storm, but the problem that Mangkhut probably has right now is that maybe it's just a little bit too large. Here's how it's been looking in the latest 6 or 7 hour frames loop here. And you can see it has been gathering a bit more convection towards the center, but overall the bands there, yes, there's a big flare up in those latest frames, so significant rainfall is probably occurring over some of those areas right now. But it looks like there's a dry slot just towards the north. It'll remain windy, but it might stop raining just for a little while before you get another deluge as the inner eye wall moves over land as well. This storm continues to be watched very closely, and make sure you heed those warning signals and all precautions. It's making landfall tonight. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add Fool13 extension 9094 on Discord and Force 13 on Skype for tropical weather chat.